Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Leroy here from Plugin Masters. Today, I'm in Paris, France at the Audio Technica headquarters, where they have a Genelec studio that offers the Atmos system. And today, we're going to try out and discover the new Eventide Blackhole Immersive Reverb. Let's go. All right, so here we go with some basic functions. You can see right here, you got the undo and the redo. You got some presets, and right here you got your save button if you create something that you like. And also you get your A and B, and also at the end, you can have a user guide, so you can look at the manual. I'm really excited about working on this reverb, doing some Atmos surround. This reverb is really excellent on the low end, which is quite difficult for me sometimes, and I'm really happy with that. It's got a lot of great features that are really easy, like you can see the EQ and crossfading and feedback and the delay sections. We're going to get into later on. So let's just take a listen to it on a piano. It's one of my favorite plugin companies. It's UJam. All right, so let's take a listen to that piano. All right, so you can see just by listening to it, the natural sound of it is just really beautiful. And we're gonna get into the functions right now. So what we're gonna do here is listen to a vocal track, which most people are familiar with listening to vocals, and you can see how nice and rich the reverb is. And we're gonna see that some of the functions here, the mix, the size, the feedback, and all these things are gonna change, because we're gonna select 1 and 2, and we're gonna put some more automation on morph right here. You can see right here in Pro Tools, select that, and you're gonna see it's gonna slide from position 1 to 2. Let's take a listen to that.
J'ai jeté les clés de l'appartement, elle m'a dans le collimateur.
Oh, that's nice. Now, I even like that in the stereo thing, but when you're doing this in surround, this is incredible. We're gonna actually do something with the video, you know, and we're gonna use a sound from water. Okay, so let's take a listen to the water sound naturally without the reverb. Okay, so that's nice. A lot of tone, sounds like water. Let's add the reverb. Oh, now that's nice. So listen to the tail end of the sound, you know, like of the wave itself. And the water sounds really beautiful, nice low end on it, nice reverb. Got to have some great speakers like Genelec, you know, something like that to listen to on, so you can get your sound and your tone right. Okay, so I'm going to speak about some of the functions real quick. You can see right here, this is the input. This is the mix, where you can go from dry to wet. And you can also have a lock right here where you can just lock it permanently. You have gravity, and you can see on the bottom here, it describes exactly what it does. Positive sweep from the dense decay to long, smooth decay. The negative sweep from cloudy atmosphere to reverse reverb. Whoa. And if you go right here, you got where you can move forward, percentage. It starts in the center, of course, and then you can go to the rear. Those functions are really nice. And then you have your size here. This is the size of the reverb. Also the same thing, you can move forward, or you can move to the rear. The next one is your feedback, and this one has something to do with your delay settings, okay? And the same thing, forward and back. And you got your cross feed, right? This is kind of like, let's just say on the bottom there, it says sets cross feedback between channels. Increasing will also increase the overall delay. All right, and then you have your output. So I'm gonna play just a little bit and mess with some of the functions. That's nice. Gravity. Okay. Now you can mess around with this and be really creative. That's the great thing about it. The same thing, I can move things forward and I can move the things in the rear. Okay, so here we go. We got the kill dry, which is allow the tail end to fade out. Also, you have a freeze, to freeze the audio and the reverb buffer allows the infinity reverb tail, right? So it just continues. And you have a kill wet. This just kills the reverb tail, okay? Now, the morph, this is very interesting right here. So let's take a look at this. I'm gonna do a few things just to experiment. So I'm gonna click on one, and I'm just gonna change the gravity and the reverb size. Just move that up front, move that back. And then I'm gonna go to number 2, and I'm gonna get creative over here, something very different. Let's move all of these back. How about that? Okay, and I'm just gonna play. You can see if I move to the right and to the left, and look, you see what happens. So this is kind of interesting. You can do a lot of great creative things with this tool. So let's listen to the water again. You can even press 1, press 2. So that's a nice function. That's actually allow you to get into your reverb and be really creative. Okay, so we have the delay, and you can see here, you can click right there, and you can see sync. You can also go to session, and you can go to manual, where you have your tempos. And if you go to session, it's already synced to your tempo of your session. All right, so now you can go right here, you can change the pre-delay, and you can go right here and you can change the mathematical notes right here on the loop. And then over here you have the modulation, and that's just basically working on the tail end of the reverb. You have a great EQ right here, you can off and on. This is for all. If you click here, this is just for the EQ of the front. And if you click here, this is the rear. So I can do something like that. Take a little bit of that out. And a little boost over here. And you can see that's a shelf. And there's a shelf, but you can also change this to low cut. Get into things like that if you want. Okay. It's a really good EQ. I'm gonna put it back to shelf. Let's bring that down. Take some bass out, of course. And also, you can do something on the rear. Just boost that a little bit. You can see that's a shelf. And that's pretty nice that you have complete functions of control over your EQ on the front side and the back side of your mix. Here we have the inputs, your output, and your mixer. And pretty much by default, this is on. So I'm gonna keep this on because I can actually see what I'm doing. And you can see that's the front. And you can move these levels up and down. You can also take the link off and you get your left and right. And if you take that one off, you just got your center. And it's the same system with the surround side here, left and right. And it's also with the rear, left and right. And over here you have your sub, and you can also mute that. All right, Eventide has done it again. This is just a great plug-in if you're into surround mixing and with reverb. It's just structured very easy for you to be really creative. I like to thank the people here at Audio Technica and Genelex for allowing us to come to their wonderful studio. And I see you guys soon in Plug-in Masterland.